Hello guys, in this video I am going to explain about packet analysis in the Wireshark. Before jumping into that, I want to explain how the data travels from one layer to another layer in OSI layer. Okay, let's see what's happening in the 7th layer. So starting in the application layer, there are some protocols used in that. These are HTTP, FTP, SMTP and DNS, right? Okay. What is the layer 6? In the presentation layer, we are using some encryption certifications like SSL, TLS and JPEG, MPEG. And in the layer 5, there is a session layer and the protocols used in RPC, SQL and NFS. So when it comes to layer 4, we are using transport layer. Protocols using TCP and UDP. And in the layer 3, the network layer, it was using the protocols called IP, ICMP and OSPF. Okay. What is the data link layer using? And Ethernet, Wi-Fi and PPP. And when it's come to physical layer, we are using USB, Bluetooth, Ethernet cable. So these are some physical in structure, but remaining the 5 are using some protocols to travel the data from one layer to another layer. Okay, so what's happening here is this protocol has some rules. The protocols means rules, right? What we are doing is we are analyzing what's happening in each layer. So what data is traveling from one layer to another layer, right? So we need to understand what is that. Okay, let's jump into it. Whenever you are using an application and in that application there is some specific features or operations you have done in that application layer, that application information was held by this HTTP header. For example, if you take an Instagram or WhatsApp or whatever, you are sending a message to one person to another person. So there is an ID for each user, right? That ID was held by the HTTP header. When it's come to the next stage, the TCP header has a source and destination port. Port means what type of port should be used for the messages, not for images, not for calls, not for all those things. Now you are sending a message to one person to another person. That means each person has a unique ID and that message should be goes into that particular port, right? For example, if you take FTP, it has a different port numbers because it was using for file transfer. When it's come to HTTP, it was using some port numbers to communicate one client to another server. So this type of ports has an unique features, right? In here we take a message as an example. So it was the TCP header holds the port number which this message need to be traveled in that particular port, right? Yeah. And when it comes to IP header, this user and the another user has a different IDs. So in the same way, here the user destination and source destination and the receiver destination has a different IP addresses. So casually, if we talk about the Instagram, we have the different usernames to identify that person to receive that message, right? So in this transportation, we have the source and the destination IP address to receive that exactly message to that person. And when it's come to Ethernet header and a trailer, which they have the MAC address frame check. So what is meant by MAC address? So we all know that each device has a MAC address, and using some protocols we are converting that MAC address to the IP address, right? So it will confirm that the receiver is a legitimate receiver or another receiver. So based on this MAC address check and frame check, it was identified that verified user. So in this way, each port, each protocol has its own style to receive or sending that message or receiving that message. If we talk about, of course, HTTP or FTP, why the FTP was used? So it was using for file transport, right? So in the same way, each port and protocol has its own style. We need to understand what information in that port or protocol, which protocol has the information, which port has the information. So based on that, we are analyzing the packets or network traffic in the Wireshark. It was very easy to find that. In the next demo video, you are able to understand that how the protocol was used to analyze in the Wireshark. Yeah, this is the video about it.
As data moves through the OSI layers, it is encapsulated with protocol headers. We can then use Wireshark to sniff the network and analyze these packets in detail.
And yeah, thank you for watching this video. And the next video will be on the introduction to Wireshark. We are able to see the real packet analysis, the day 2. Thank you for watching.